Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Munch on This, the show where we take a closer look into the thoughts and minds of our UK Hearthstone players that are participating in the ESL Premiership. We're now on to episode 5, and usually we'd be taking a look at the players, but this time we're looking at the casters. We're going to find out what 4 of our Premiership casters thought about the group stage so far and who they think is going to be moving on to the finals. 2 players have already been decided, and we'll be finding out the other 2 this Monday. So let's see what these 4 casters think is going to be coming up. Take it away, Gaskin.
Hello everybody, Dan Gaskin here, one of the ESL Premiership Hearthstone casters. Today I'm going to give you my top 4 predictions of who's going to make live finals. We already have 2 there, Green Sheep and Ben, but the other 2, it's going to be a very tight one in the loser bracket. Some fantastic players, Ness, Mysterious, Duncan, Hello Leroy, Ting Ting and Dan. For me, the 2 players I think that are going to move on from this bracket are going to be Dan and Duncan. Of course, they're going to have to come up against some stiff competition. Mysterious, Leroy, they both made finals in Season 1 and 2, but I don't think they're going to make it this time because both Duncan and Dan seem to want it a lot more. They know what they need to do to get to those finals, and they seem to be picking decks that are really on meta. And they're looking at past tournaments, looking at what's successful, and then confidently bringing those decks to the tournament. So those are going to be my 4 to make it to the finals. Of course, Green Sheep, Ben already there, and then Dan and Duncan to make it through the losers bracket.
Hey, I'm Falcone. I'm a caster for the ESL UK Premiership and the Hearthstone Global Games. I've been following the Premiership very closely, and I'm excited to see it come to its conclusion. Ben and Green Sheep have already made it through to the finals, and I believe that Dan's WF and Duncan will be joining them. Dan's has rustled a lot of feathers on his journey through to where he is now in the competition. I know there's a lot of rivalries and a lot of competition going on with them, but what everyone can agree on is that he has been winning games. I know some of the other players have been willing him to stop, but he just keeps winning, and my gut instinct is that he's going to make it through to the finals. Duncan has a very long way to go, beating both Leroy and Ting Ting, 2 players that he's very good friends with. They hang out at his bar, Meltdown, all the time, but I know that he's been a player that a lot of people have had their eyes on. He's been someone that's really shone this year, and if I had to go with my gut, I think that it will be him joining Dan, Ben, and Green Sheep in the finals.
Hi there, I'm Lorinda and I cast the first 3 weeks of the Premiership this year. Just going to give you my thoughts on what's going to happen today. Looking through this lower bracket, obviously we already have Ben and Green Sheep through in the upper bracket, but today we're going to find out who the other 2 are to go with those. And I feel that Mysterious will come through against Ness and probably against Dan's as well. Mysterious already been showing how good he is in lands around the country, Epic Land in particular, which he took down. And for the same reason, I feel that Leroy might just squeak through Duncan and Ting Ting and get himself into that top 4 as well. How he does when he gets through there is anybody's guess, though, as he's come 4th in both the previous 2 Premierships. Bit of a long shot because they've both got to win 2 games, not 1, but that's what I'm going to go with.
Hi, my name is Scoundrel. I am one of the Hearthstone casters for the ESL Premiership, and I'm going to be talking to you about who I think is going to make it to the finals alongside Ben and Green Sheep, who have already qualified. We've got 4 great players in the losers bracket round 1 and then 2 tough opponents in the loser bracket round 2, and I think it's really tough to call. I think all of them are fantastic players, but out of the 6 remaining in the top side of the losers bracket, I think it's likely that we have a return of Mysterious. I am pegging him to make it into the finals, at least show some face as being one of the guys who has been there throughout every final that we've had in the ESL Premiership, so definitely looking forward to seeing Mysterious make it. And then I think the lower half is even harder because Duncan, Hello Leroy and Ting Ting are probably some of the best players we had in the entire tournament. I've been impressed with Ting Ting's ability to read the meta and bring decks to try and counter that. Duncan's raw ability to play the game at a level that I just think not many other people can is amazing, and obviously Hello Leroy has been a stalwart of our Premiership, but for biased reasons, and biased reasons alone, I'm going to back Hello Leroy. I always have backed Hello Leroy, and I'm a big fan of Nick's. I think he's a fantastic player with a great personality. So I'd like to see Mysterious and Hello Leroy make it, and if they don't, you can hold it against me. Thanks.
Well, there we have it. Thank you very much, guys, for your thoughts and opinions, and definitely some different opinions in there as well. People going against each other just a little bit, so very much up in the air when it comes to these results that are going to be happening on Monday. Now, you guys at home can find the stream on Monday at twitch.tv/ESL_Hearthstone. The link will be at the bottom of the screen right now. But that is going to be it from me this week, so thank you very much for watching, and make sure to tune in and find out who our top 4 is going to finally be.